Hi, this is Brian Ierson, one of the trainers with the Computer Workshop. In today's tutorial, we're going to go over how you can get data from a SharePoint folder and how you're going to combine those into a single query. To start with, you can see that I have an open Excel workbook. Nothing's in here, and we're going to go ahead and go straight to the Data tab in the ribbon. We're going to look at the Get Data drop-down button to locate from File, which when we hover will expand, and at the bottom of this menu, you will locate from SharePoint folder. Giving this a tap opens the SharePoint folder site URL. You would want to go to your site, select the home page, click into the browser address bar, and then copy the URL listed there. Back in Excel, you're going to paste that site URL in and tap OK. Now, the first time that you do this, you will be prompted to create a connection to the SharePoint site, which will generally require that you sign into your account. Once that is done, it should no longer ask you for that information because it will remember you. Now we will get a preview of our data, and you will notice that it is not anything specific to a folder. It is every single file available in the entire site. So everything that is in the document library is included in this original query. Gonna go ahead and click the Transform button to open Power Query. And this is going to give us information about each of these files, the content type, the name of the file, extension, the date that it was accessed, last modified, created, attributes, and the folder path. Now, we need to narrow our search, so I'm just scrolling over to locate the drop-down for the folder path column, where we can use text filters to begin to narrow our search. I'm going to simply use contains, and then I'm using the basic controls, keep the rows where the folder path is, and I'm going to leave this as contains, but you can change this to any of the other operators that are available. Clicking into the Enter or Select a Value field, we will enter the name of the folder in the SharePoint site that we are trying to access. In this case, year's data should be clear. Tapping OK, and we are going to be left with only the files that are in that given folder. Scrolling back over to the left, I'm going to look at the very first column, and it is called Content. And there is a Combine Files button right here. Because otherwise, if we use the Close and Load right now, we are basically going to get a list of the files that are in the folder. We will not see the data. So we want to combine these. Now it opens the Combine Files window. We're going to use the sample from the first file. Now we will want to pay attention to the structure of each of the files in this folder. They should be consistent, all with the same column names, the same number of columns. The number of records can vary from one file to the other without any issue. Also, the default name of your sheet should be left as is, Sheet 1. We can select our Sheet 1 here, and we can see all of our data previewed. We can click OK, processes the query, and in a few moments it returns all of the data from all of the sheets combined into a single file. At this point, you could continue to modify your query until you have the data set up the way that you need. And when you are ready, you can click the Close and Load dropdown and choose Close and Load to. I prefer to use the Close and Load to because it gives us the option to determine how our data is going to be imported into Excel. In this case, I'm going to just leave it as is, putting it into the existing worksheet, cell A1, and clicking OK. In a few moments' time, the entire data set has been combined into a single Excel table that you can begin to run your analytics from. I hope that you enjoyed today's tutorial. If you did, please go ahead and subscribe to our channel. You can also follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and of course, you can find more information about the Computer Workshop by visiting our website at www.tcworkshop.com. Until next time, take care for now.